What's up YouTube, it's just Rahila here and I'm back with another video. It's been a while, I know. Been going through some things, but I'm back and I'm back with another makeup therapy video. You guys seem to really love these videos and I like producing them, as I'm sure I've said before. So please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you get all of these goodies, and don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified whenever I do upload a video. I'm sorry it's been so sporadic. I am trying, okay? I am trying. But without further ado, today's makeup therapy video is going to be based about emotions and you know what the purpose of these emotions are. And so yeah, let's just get straight into it.
Don't take it personal, but I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding.
Hi my lovelies. So yes, definitely gonna jump straight into it. As I said in the intro, I wanted to talk about emotions and you know this idea that they do have some purpose. I for one have struggled with finding a place for my emotions my whole life and feeling like they were something to avoid, hide, and just ignore to be honest. And as I grow, I genuinely, truly do believe now that my emotions and our emotions have a place. I do believe that they are there to guide us towards issues that need to be resolved in order for us to reach our best selves. And I've learned best selves to just mean that mindset that is set for solutions as opposed to problems. And constantly, finding reasons to why a situation is absolutely negative without any comeback. You can get into that phase sometimes. That best self mindset looks like looking forward to indulging in any positive outlook. I know that for most of us, this is not an easy thing, and me included. I'm talking to myself. But it's not the easiest thing to do, and we feel like, there's an overwhelming array of negative situations or even current realities. It is hard to pull yourself out of that negative space, but trust me, once you get into that optimistic, positive mindset and you try to start dedicating everything, you are diligent about finding good things in your day, you feel amazing, and more importantly, you will feel free, because that's what our emotions are there for, to direct us. They are literally the warning lights and the signs and sometimes physical evidence, because you be crying and stuff that shows up to let us know that we are not working at our full potential and capabilities, and we have an issue that we have to resolve. I know that as females, and I'm sure some of the men can relate, that this idea or truth for emotions is not common knowledge. For the most part, we've been taught that our emotions are a weakness, and display of them are even more of a weakness. And we feel and we're constantly told that our emotions don't have a place, especially in a relationship. They're something that we have to deal with and keep quiet and just handle. And that perception is literally what keeps you drowning in them, because we're constantly trying to dismiss them as opposed to actually using them for what they're there for. We're trying to find ways to cover them up and shut them up because we don't see the value in them, and it's literally the most backwards things you could think of when you see it in that way. And I felt like this for the majority of my life. That's why I can relate to that idea so much. I've had inspirational people tell me this truth, but it's not until we start to actually go on that journey of self-reflection in search for the root of where these emotions come from. You have to start asking yourself questions like, where does the feeling even come from? What is the feeling? You have to identify it, because it could be sadness, it could be unworthiness, shame, or failure. And why are you feeling this in the first place? Like, somebody at some point set up a moral parameter that made you feel like there's a problem for why you feel the way you feel. And ultimately, you're doing something wrong. Hence triggering that, fight or flight reaction to these emotions. You have to go into yourself and search for the root for these feelings. This is not a week process or a day task. It's all part of our lifetime journey. And I feel like when you think about it like that, and you allow yourself to take time with yourself and let the feeling come, whether you use a journal or a video diary or even a therapist, all you really need is a safe space, no distractions, and give yourself permission to feel everything. Allow your thoughts to run free. Explore your mind. Delve into the possible reasons that have led you to this feeling. And you'll be surprised at what you're able to uncover. Now, this will probably feel very strange at first, and you might need help to fully let your mind run free, especially if you're used to swallowing and suffocating your feelings, like most people who suffer with past traumas do, because you've experienced this, and oftentimes you've been taught that this is just the best way to deal with your emotion, because people that have suffered trauma only know survival. They don't know how to actually work through things sometimes. Because what I mean by this is, for instance, sometimes our parents have had experiences that scarred them in ways that led them to operate from a place of survival, and oftentimes they don't know or never were given the opportunity to express themselves freely, or even be given understanding of some of the situations that they were put in. You understand? So they can only give you what they have. That's just, common sense. We know this now. And once you realize that, you have to learn to forgive them, to be honest, because you're just going to end up sharing your trauma and building upon more trauma. And what I found that is also quite amazing in this experience, and when you start to embark on this journey, you realize that your perception also plays a big part to your experiences, and they're so unique. Like, for example, I have sisters, and while we've witnessed situations together, we have completely different experiences, because the way we perceive what was happening and why it was happening was through completely different lenses. And as you two embark on this life journey, you'll start to understand why your perception is the way it is. And you'll start to begin to carve out a completely new perceptive lens that serves you, as opposed to creating more emotional scars that you have to go back and deal with later, because, this becomes a cycle if you're not careful. And I feel like that's all I had to say for you guys today. I hope that what I said made sense, and that you can start really working on making sure that you go forward with a more optimistic mindset. And I'm so thankful to be able to share what I've learned with you. I hope that you found something valuable in my video. I love you guys.